A young girl named Noah who has no family in this world, not even parents or siblings, is introduced in the first scene of the movie. Her only companion, Noah, starts searching for a man on a dating website so they can get married. After speaking to him, she runs into a boy. They eventually meet and converse over dinner in a hotel to get to know one another. That boy was strange, and Noah didn't like the way he behaved. Noah observes the boy's bad eating habits, lack of manners, and disregard for cleanliness. She says to him after she finishes eating, "I can't marry you because you're not like me." Hearing this makes the boy feel bad, and he departs while wishing Noah well. But she was moving toward her car. She had the impression that someone was pursuing her, but it was an illusion. Since there was a common man, Noah tells her buddy that the boy was unusual, and that she doesn't like him. Although Noah was at home working, she was still paying attention to the website where she may meet a boy to marry. When Noah receives a strange photo from a stranger, she puts her phone down out of fear. When she enters a supermarket to buy some groceries, everyone stares at her oddly, but she proceeds to make purchases anyhow. She meets a boy named Steve during this time, and she likes him and his nature, so she talks to him and they become friends. Additionally, they exchange phone numbers. When Noah sees her friend again, she informs her about Steve. She declares that instead of continuing to search for a boy on that website, she will do so here instead. When Noah was on her way home, Steve called to arrange a meeting and gave her his number. As night falls, Noah makes plans to meet him in a pub. Noah's friend was the bar owner. As they converse, Now enjoys spending time with him. She is told by Steve that no one in the world compares to her, even though my information is available on Google. He claims that I am a well-known surgeon who conducts excellent surgery. They move to Steve's house to spend time there after finishing numerous wine glasses one at a time and deciding they like one another's personalities. The following morning, Noah wakes up and takes a photo of Steve since she likes him. She then makes a call to her pal while showering. She mentions that she likes him, that we spent a lovely time together last night, and that he is very nice, while sending her a picture of Steve. When Noah's buddy overhears this, the friend replies, "Okay, if you like him, provide me his social media account, like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or any other site, so I'll investigate his character." However, Noah claims that Steve is not active on any social media platforms and doesn't have a website, which makes Noah's friend wonder how it is possible. Now that they were spending more time together, Steve asked, "Will you join me on the trip I've planned for you? I have something for you that will surprise you, but I can't tell you about it now." Noah decides to accompany him on the trip. She also tells her friend about it, and the friend advises her to take good care of herself. "Keep in touch with me and let me know that everything is okay and where you are headed." As they left the city in their car for the journey, Noah's mobile phone's network disappeared, and she was unable to inform her pal of her location. While traveling, darkness falls, and they eventually arrive at Steve's home. As she comes inside, Noah observes strange pictures on the wall, but she ignores them as she approaches Steve. They begin to drink, but Noah suddenly faints and collapses, revealing Steve as he really is. When Noah awoke, she was baffled as to why she had fainted. Exactly what is happening because Steve chained her. Fearful, Noah asks Steve in a tearful voice, "What do you want? Why did you tie me up? Release me." But Steve doesn't, and she becomes alarmed. She fears that Steve will treat her badly. But he doesn't treat her badly. Instead, he brought her here for another reason. He explains his motivation for bringing her here later. He claims that he will separate your body parts for sale and that he will keep you here until all of your body parts have been sold. There are still sick persons in this world who enjoy eating the flesh of young women, and Steve does this job for them. Hearing this causes Noah to lose control. She didn't message her friend, so her friend is concerned for her. She texts Noah, but Steve is responding as Noah, while informing her that we have arrived at the wrong location. He sends her an image from the internet. Noah starts yelling out loud. She finds a girl in the room next to hers, and Steve brought her there with the intention of selling her flesh. Steve also consumes the flesh of the women. The girl explains to Noah that Steve brought the girls here who had nothing in this world and are not from this city so that nobody would come looking for them. The girl who was in the room with them previously has gone wild and is still singing. As soon as Noah's buddy senses anything is off with her, she starts to worry about her and searches online for Steve. Her companion believes that someone else is using Noah's phone because there was no Dr. Surgeon named Steve when she searched Google. She finds the image online and learns that it is a screenshot of a location, which makes her worry more. She is aware that Noah is in difficulty because Steve separated the girls while locking their bodily parts, in addition to their portraits and other items, so that those who consume their flesh will relish it. The boxes were delivered to everyone afterwards. When Noah informs Steve that she needs to take a shower, he takes her upstairs. Noah was trying to find a way out, and she too tried to run away when she had the chance, but Steve caught her. She faints as a result of him knocking her to the ground. When Noah wakes up, she feels as though something has been removed from her body. She was unconscious because Steve had given her an injection to make her dizzy while he operated on Noah. as a form of retaliation for her attempt to flee. He separates her bottom portion. The buddy of Noah goes to the pub where Noah and Steve first met and asks the proprietor for the information on Steve's car, in order for her to learn Steve's real name, which was something else. She is unable to locate Steve on social media, but she does discover his wife and residence. While Steve arrives and snatches up a girl for cutting her flesh, Noah is in pain from surgery. There is a magazine placed with the inscription, "If you are reading this magazine, it signifies Steve likes you," and Noah begins reading it. It was written by a girl who was detained here before Noah, and you can leave while having a chance to do so. After some time, Noah contacts the girl in the adjacent room and demands that Steve be dealt a horrible end. In addition to those that delight in devouring our flesh, the companion of Noah makes it to Steve's wife's home as well. The bar owner is informed by Noah's acquaintance as to where she is right now, so if I don't show up, please come to this address to find me. Steve's wife inquires about Noah's friend and informs her that her husband has abducted her, and they are disappeared. His wife responds, "You are misunderstood. My husband cannot perform such a deed. How does consuming human flesh make you feel afterward?" Noah queries Steve. She is interrogating Steve, which he finds odd, but he asserts that the flavor of human flesh is unparalleled. While Noah's friend was conversing with Steve's wife, Steve arrived and pretended to be unfamiliar with her in front of her friend. When Steve answers the phone when her friend covertly phones her number, it indicates that Steve has been captured. Meanwhile, while attacking her from behind, his wife renders Noah's friend unconscious. When Steve visits Noah, he inquires as to her motivation for bringing up the taste of human flesh. She explains, "I just wanted to see whether it's that good that people want to eat it." She is ignored by Steve, who then departs while holding her clothing. We now learn that Steve's wife is likewise physically handicapped and that Steve adopted her before marrying her. Now, since she was standing by Steve, he won't kill her. Once more, Steve puts a girl's meat in the refrigerator, and even if he eats that meat, there was the meat of many more girls. In the yard of the house, he was using an axe to chop at a young girl. Nearby, there is a devil's symbol that you should keep in mind. Because Noah's lower half was split and she was in pain while sitting, Steve ate dinner with her. When did Steve start doing all of this? She asks. Consuming female flesh. On it, he claims that when he was 19 years old, "I tried a girl's meat for the first time and really liked it. Obviously, I can't tell anyone about this. Then I discovered there are other people in the world who enjoy eating the flesh of girls as much as I do. They are not common folk, but they are wealthy, and they paid the price I asked for this beef." Steve forces Noah to consume a dish that contains human meat, and she does so. She describes the flavor as being just as fantastic as you described. She was trying to win Steve's trust by stating this. With it, those individuals are revealed who delighted in devouring the flesh of girls and who exist in our world. The same devil sign is on their plate, which sets them apart as weird people. While Noah wasn't aware of it, Steve drops Noah in the room and takes her companion to carve her meat. Noah starts vomiting as soon as she enters the room, and she was feeling uncomfortable because she had had meat from a girl. Steve operates on Noah's pal and removes her meat. Then he returns with clothing for Noah and informs me that we will be having dinner together tonight. Noah wanted this as well because she was attempting to flee. Today, Steve makes her eat the meat of the insane female who used to sing constantly. She gets dressed up and approaches him with a phony grin. Then he displays to her a wooden wall where boxes contain the belongings of the deceased girls. Customers can learn more about the individual whose meat they are eating when they order those items in addition to the meat. Noah queries, "Where are my things?" He claims that he has not put your belongings because he has not yet considered killing you. When Noah discovers her buddy's phone, she realizes that her friend is also detained here. She feels depressed and begins to cry secretly, but she quickly gathers her composure so they can eat. They dance after eating, and while doing so, Noah severely cuts Steve's leg, causing him to experience pain, because she had cut off a piece of his meat, and his face was covered in blood. When she has a chance, she takes the keys and frees the other girl and her friend. The girl only has 1 foot, so they were sending her up in the elevator, but Steve stopped her from going up. When Noah and her friend arrive, they beat Steve until he is hurt. When Steve awakens, he beats Noah, but the girl manages to save her. After that, the girls brutally cut up Steve and eat him to teach him a lesson. While Noah's friend is outside, the bar owner also arrives. Presently, the girls were rushing while coming out of the house to escape when Steve arrives with a gun. He was finding the girls, but till then the girls were hidden. Steve's wife moves inside the house and finds blood there. She recognizes the girls escaped as a result. When Steve was trying to find Noah, her buddy attacked him from behind. The girls then attacked Steve once again and battered him. Finally, Noah puts an end to the game by shooting him with his own gun, which means they have been saved. Noah's phone was lost, so she moves to look for it. When Steve's wife notices his dead body, she tells her assistant to keep him in the refrigerator. She then turns to Noah, acting as though she is also running away from Steve. In an effort to exact revenge on her husband, She begins to end Noah while pressing her neck. Noah manages to flee while stabbing a nail into her neck. But this time she holds her and was about to kill her. However, her friend honors her friendship by saving her while attacking Steve's wife. She beats Steve's wife that she ends her. After it, Noah's mobile is shown and there was a boy's text to meet. Later, wealthy individuals who consume the flesh of young women are seen seated around a table with copious amounts of blood and meat. Actually, those individuals consider the devil to be their deity, and they worship it. Because of this, the devil's sign is shown everywhere, and those who follow it have transformed into animals while wearing human clothing. They damage the lives of helpless girls, and the devil assigns someone to carry out all of those horrible tasks. As an example, Steve was that person who promotes his or her love of meat over the globe, a poor result of a bad tea.